As you've reached this point in our self-guided tour today, there are still so many stories yet to share. And I just wonder if you've noticed the common thread that keeps showing up in the few moments we've been able to capture. And for me, the recurring theme I keep coming back to is that God is still at work in our lives in this generation. The overwhelming evidence for this conclusion is the fact that lives are still being transformed. And guys, transformation doesn't happen on its own. In the book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 13, following the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, the Gospel of Luke records that the religious leaders of the day saw the boldness of Peter and John, and they perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men. But they marveled, and they took knowledge of them that they had been with Jesus. These are the very same men who forsook Jesus on the night he was arrested and hid following his crucifixion. But now they were bold witnesses of his resurrection. It's a message of love and forgiveness that continues changing lives today. As I've recounted the stories that come along with each of these photos, I've been both humbled and encouraged to think that the Lord would allow us to be even a small part of reaching others with the good news we found in Him. When we started out, our simple vision was to reach our neighbors. In the process of reaching our neighbors, God has graciously expanded our vision. Just look at the map. What started in Denver obviously didn't stay in Denver, or Las Vegas for that matter. 32 locations around the world have now hosted presentations of this Passion Play, and we believe that even that is only a beginning. What thrills my heart today, looking forward, is to know that God is not only interested in reaching the nations of the world, but the next generations until Jesus comes again. When I was busy creating this display, I just couldn't imagine who would be there on the other end. Who might take a moment to hear our testimony. But I did pray, and I prayed that the Lord would use these stories to encourage someone who might take a moment to listen. And here you are. So can I encourage you today? There's still so much work to be done, and we need your help. Every prop that you're going to see on our stage tonight had a builder. Every costume had to be sewn. Every actor filling our costumes gave of themselves. Revisiting these moments in Christ's life over and over again in rehearsals to prepare for tonight's presentation. We will never be the same. Every Bible we've ever distributed to a new believer coming to Christ via the Passion Play was paid for by a ministry partner who cared. Every trip we've ever taken to share the vision for this ministry or to equip a new cast has been sponsored by somebody who believed what the Apostle Paul said in the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1. He said this in verse 16, "For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are being saved it is the power of God. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, I will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Hasn't God made foolishness the wisdom of the world? For after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God, and it pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. The Jews seek after a sign, the Greeks seek after wisdom, but we preach Christ crucified. Unto the Jews a stumbling block, unto the Greeks foolishness, but unto them who are called both Jews and Greeks, Christ is the power of God and the wisdom of God." Thank you so much for joining us for this presentation tonight. It's my prayer that you will be encouraged as a result of your visit here, and that you will join us in proclaiming the greatest message of hope the world has ever known. He's alive.